Good morning, welcome to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we are working on the 2004 Ford F-250 Super Duty 6.0 liter engine, and we are putting on dual steering stabilizers. So these are BDS suspension. I bought the dual kit, so you got 1-2 shocks for the front. Comes with your hardware and bracketry kit. So there's a few reasons you might do that. We are running 35-inch heavy-duty tires on this Super Duty. We got the leaf spring front end. There's currently 1 steering stabilizer set up on there. We're going to change it to 2 because potentially, eventually, I want to go 37-inch tires. And I don't know, it just looks cooler to have 2 than 1. It's not that much more expensive to do 2 versus 1. That's why we're putting on 2. The other portion is we just put this 4-inch lift kit on this thing. Whoa. And once we go 37s, there's the potential to have some more wobbly. I don't want to wait to find that out. I want to just put the steering dampeners on now. Should you need steering dampeners? Technically, no. If your front end is tight and aligned and perfect, you're good. Essentially, we're just doing the dual steering stabilizers because it looks cool, and that's really the only reason. So if you want to watch and see how that's done, or let me rephrase that, if you want to watch and see how I do it, go ahead and stick around. Remember, just because I do it doesn't mean you should, and because don't do it the way I do it just because I did it. What I do is complete inexperience, no professional qualifications. It's just me figuring crap out, guys. So let's do it. Okay, so the first thing the instructions say is to remove the existing stock bracket and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. I found that the 15, this is the stock bracket. It's got the Ford number right there. So yeah, we're just going to remove it and replace it. So we're going to grab this. We shouldn't need this bracket anymore, so I'm not even going to worry about undoing the shock from it. Okay, so there's those. We'll pull this bracket off of the U-joints. And over here, this looks like an 18 millimeter. That's been there for way too long. Alrighty. Yeah, now it goes pretty easy, actually. Yeah, this has been here for a day or 2. There it goes. We're going to grab our impact on loosen. We're going to go to the front U-bolts. And we're just going to pop these front 2, the 2 on the front side of the axle, the nuts off. Whoa. That didn't instill comfort. This is going to be installed with the step going down. I want to put this on with like half a thread just for now. I'm going to take this one off as well. Oh, I do not like that. I want to drop the truck on the ground for a second before this axle falls off. Alright, let's just keep the axle from falling on me. And we're going to take this side off. Okay, and we're going to just put this back up. Bracket on, U-bolt on. I don't know if you saw any of that, but essentially we got our U-bolts, front U-bolts. We just put this bracket in with the lip facing down like that. Now we got to deal with this bracket that comes based off of the fact that there's 2 rivet holes here, and they have this nice BDS thing you can put on if you feel like advertising for them. This is going to go somewhere along lines of here. I think it actually wants me to break out the tape measure. I'm actually upside down. It wants this mounted upside down like that with the supplied U-bolts. There's 3 of them, so they do not want this sucker coming undone. So what we're going to do is we're going to, they don't really fit, but they do eventually. So we're just going to put the middle one on lightly right now because we're going to end up having to move and adjust this. We're going to grab the hardware kit. So looks like we're going to hold this up here. For the fact that you guys and myself can see what I'm doing, I'm going to twist this at the moment. Okay, I'm going to put washer and the nuts. Alright, so then, we're going to twist that around. And we're going to refer to instructions because it says Mounted bracket is level, edge of front face of the bracket is approximately 10 3/4 inches from the edge of the first groove in the tie rod. Looks like they're talking about this groove over here. You got 1, 2, 3 grooves. First groove, it looks like they're talking about, is this one. And we're gonna go 10 3/4 inches to the edge. 10 3/4 inches. We're gonna put that right on the line. Oh dang, I was almost there. I'm 1/4 inch off. So we're gonna go this way just a little bit. Oh. And it does say approximately. And it's 11 still. Just move this over about 1/4. There. 10 3/4. Slam those down. Okay, so this looks like a 13mm nut. It does say level. I'm gonna eyeball it. We'll make it level later. Okay, so the next thing is on the passenger side. This is the bracket that the factory came out of. And it's telling us that this 1/2 inch bolt they supply may or may not fit through. So yeah, ours is not gonna fit through. That's way too small. So what we're gonna have to do, this is where some modifications, it's not a direct bolt on. We're gonna have to cut this whole lip off right here. Slice that off, and then we can drill this hole out a little bit bigger. So we just got to ream this out a little bit because it's just a little bit too small. And let's see. Perfect. When I said a little bit, I literally meant just a little bit. So now I think it wants us to assemble the shocks. Let's go do that. All right, so these are the shocks they send. I'm gonna open these. They give you lots and lots of stickers when you order from them. Every single thing has a sticker in it. I'm gonna take these. They look about the same size, so we're just gonna shove them in whichever one we feel like. Ew. That didn't work. Ah, camel. Oh, that's a pain. Ah. Well then, that's a squishy fit. Let's see if we can't get a C-clamp. We're just going to C-clamp her in. So we're just going to pop this in with a C-clamp because I'm too weak to use my fingers. Once you get it in, and you can get it to fall into place. Now we're going to do the other side. I do it the same way. And then as far as the bushings go, these look to me like they're all the same. Except this one. This one's different, so we're going to have to figure out which one goes where. I'll figure that out momentarily. Alright, so those bushings are all, or the rubber grommets I guess, are all in. So now we need to figure out which bushings go where. These seem a little bit different. We're going to have to figure that out when we put the bolts in, because we're just going to have to make a call on which one fits best. So let's go back under the truck. You probably don't, you may not have to cut this. You could just grind it or enlarge the hole. I just opted to cut mine and be done with it, so I don't have to worry about it later. You're going to take your bolt, find a bushing that fits. This one fits. You're going to shove the bushing through your eyelet on your shock. Maybe throw some grease in there apparently, or get your C-clamp back again. Alright, so now that your bushing is in there, you're going to take your bolt, put a washer on it, and you're going to slide this up through here. It says bolt from bottom with washer, so I'm guessing that's exactly what we're doing. And we're doing a washer up top and the lock nut. And it wants that torque to, I think it said 40 foot-pounds. Let me verify. Yes, it wants that torque to 40 foot-pounds. Putting in the other 2 U-bolts, so we're just going to do that now before we put this in and it gets all up in our way. And it gives us 2 extra washers and 2 extras of these nuts, so we're either using them somewhere else in a minute or we got extras. I like it when companies supply extras, because when they don't, you end up needing them. I don't think I've ever needed an extra one supplied, but maybe that's because the one that wasn't extra went missing. Alright, now we're going to pull this out. And I'm going to mount it to this hole here. It specifically says bolt up. So we're going to put that in like so. Okay, I'm not tightening these. See, it's still got plenty of wiggle in here. We'll torque it. When we're all done, we'll torque them all at the same time. So this side should be the exact same way, only this time double check what bushings you're throwing in there. All right, so I'm going to throw a washer on each bolt. I'm going to take a bushing, make sure it fits. That one does not fit, set that aside. This one fits, so this can go in the shock. Just slide it in. All right, so same thing as the other side, this bracket you put on. You're going to slide the bolt. Specifically says, from my understanding, to put the bolt from the bottom to the top. So I'm going to put a washer up top, put our nut up top, and then we're going to do the same thing over by the bracket. Got our bolt, our washer. We're going to extend this over. It fits through this back hole. Washer on top, nut on top, just to there. Same with this side. My friend, we look installed. Let me verify that with the instructions. So now, after you torque these in place, you're going to grab a tape measure and you're just going to measure the exposed rod from cylinder wall, or the same point on both sides. So that we are at 6 inches to the off side of the washer. We're going to do the same thing, measure on this side. Wow, we are at 5 1/4. So we need to make some adjustments here. So that means I think that this bracket's going to have to move way over that way. So we need to move about 1/2 inch that way, which I'm guessing is why they told you not to torque this bracket down as of yet. So we're going to have to loosen this up a little bit, hammer it that way about 1/2 inch, and we should be about there.
You'll see the difference now. If we change it, you'll know how.
So now we're at 5 3/4 exactly, and 5 3/4 exactly. So now we're going to level this out and tighten her down. Now we can torque it all. I want to torque all this to specs and we'll be right back. Alright, so next thing it wants you to do is a steering sweep, which is as simple as turning from lock to lock just to make sure that you can turn. My key's not on, so the steering wheel just locked right there. But all we're going to do is just twist the tire, whoop, all the way to lock that way, all the way to lock that way, make sure nothing binds, and we're good. Alright guys, it's been a couple weeks since we put in the steering stabilizers. I put a couple 100 miles on the truck. I don't like just finishing the project and then doing an outro because I don't really know how it works. Even your first couple miles, you don't really know how it's working. So we've put a couple 100 miles on this. I've taken it to and from work a few times, gone other places a couple times, and I have to say, it's hard to compare apples to apples. I had an old steering stabilizer on before, which was single, so not only was it a single, but it was old. So going from that to 2 brand new steering stabilizers, things feel amazing. It's really nice. Like I said, I don't know if that's because this is an awesome kit or if because the old one was just so old. Don't know what the difference is. So anywho, beyond that, as mentioned, we just put a 4-inch lift kit on this truck. If you guys want to see a review of the lift kit, let me know in the comments below and I'll do a review. I did not film the install because, well, it's a lot of work and I'm just me, and that was a day-long endeavor. So I did not film the install, but I can film a review. That's been several 100 miles now. Let me know if you want to see a review on that, and I will post one. Maybe I'll do it whether you comment or not, but if you comment, I'll definitely do it. So thanks for watching, guys. BDS steering stabilizers. I will link something in Amazon down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, and watch my other videos. I got a whole playlist on the F250. There's videos to do with the 6.0 as well as the V10 we had for a while there. Lots of videos on the V10. Most everything's the same minus, you know, the engine. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.